Amy has been 6 weeks out of her leg brace post-surgical ACL rehabilitation. She has progressed from the stability and anatomical adaptation phases and is still increasing her strength. Acting as an exercise physiologist, I recommend we start from specific strength and work towards maximum strength and power for her progressive exercises in order for her to complete full rehabilitation within the next 5 months. The single leg squat exercise is specific to movement patterns within netball, most commonly seen in unilateral jumping and landing. These movements require strength, power, and flexibility. In this exercise, the quadriceps, gluteus maximus, adductor magnus, and long hamstring muscles are used through hip and knee concentric and eccentric contractions. This exercise focuses on specific strength for my client to further strengthen the muscles of her injured limb in a pattern she is usually exposed to as a netball athlete. Balance and coordination are also worked upon in this exercise, which are important aspects of jumping and landing in netball and injury prevention.
Hi Amy. Hello. So today to further progress in your strength, we'll be doing some single leg squats, just to help with your knee and the muscles surrounding your knee. So with this, I'll just want you to get to balance on one leg. Yeah, you can either have your hands on your hips or in front of you guiding you. So once you have that balance, I want you to squat down, reach the bench, and come back up. So squat down, make sure your knee is in line with your toe, going out, not coming in next. Yeah, so I'll get you to do 8 reps of that for me. So yes, down. So with that, try and keep your chest a little high, maybe pick a point to look at, and yeah, just with your knees, and then again, align out with your toes, and try and keep your hips a little bit straighter. Alright. Okay, so after doing the single leg squat, what did you feel and where did you feel? Like any pain or anything?
No pain, but I did feel a lot of weakness, obviously, in my knee. Yeah, that's about it.
Yeah, okay. So with the weakness, did you struggle? Did that help, like, struggle to go down?
Yeah, struggle to get all the way down to
the
bed.
Okay. Well, in that case, we'll continue working on the strength that way, but we'll increase the height of the chair so it's a little bit easier, and then as time goes on, we'll lower it a bit just to increase that angle and really work on strength there.
Alright.
The split squat continues a unilateral exercise approach and targets primarily the same muscles as in the single leg squat. However, the split squat produces greater hip extension moments and can be manipulated by changing the staggered stance and altering hip, knee, and ankle joint angles and therefore peak joint angles. Greater hamstring activity is displayed in the split squat, which is an important muscle to strengthen as, firstly, it alleviates stress on the ACL, and secondly, is usually affected in the surgical procedure of an ACL reconstruction. Moving on from a body weight exercise, the added weights of the dumbbells increases the intensity for the client to further progress her specific strength and begin to work on her maximum strength. It is a safer approach to add dumbbells in this exercise with 2 points of contact rather than the single leg squat with only 1 point of contact. Overall, this exercise teaches proper ankle, knee and hip joint mechanics under load while in a stationary movement. This continues to expose the client to strengthen her muscles in a movement pattern that incorporates the same joints and muscles as used during landing and jumping in netball.
So today we'll be progressing onto the split squat, so they'll be again focusing on strengthening the knees. So I want you to go in a wide stance position, putting most of your weight on your front foot, and with the weights by sides to come down, making sure your chest is up, back up, down, up. I'll get you to do 8 of those. It's right if I just touch your back. Yeah. Try not to straighten your leg too much when you come back, make sure it's still a little bit bent. So that look good, just making sure that with that back leg it doesn't, don't pull it all the way straight, otherwise it will make you tilt backwards and you'll get a bit tense there. So making sure when you go down, when you come all the way back up, it's a little bit bent, and then putting all the weight on that front leg and really driving through the hips and getting that straight back.
So after doing the split squat, how did that feel for you?
Yeah, that was pretty easy. The weights were a bit light though, so I reckon I could do a bit more.
Okay, well, what we'll do is we'll increase from the 5 kilos to 6 kilos, see how that goes, and if you think you can still do more, we'll like slowly increase the weight and really work on the strength there as well.
Alright,
The final exercise of split squat jumps progresses from the weighted split squat towards a power focus through incorporating a high hip drive by utilising the hip flexor and extensor muscles to develop greater force production. The quadricep muscles are also targeted in this exercise, as well as gastrocnemius and soleus activity seen in plantar flexion and stability. The plyometric aspect of the split squat jumps aids in the adaptation to and progression into landing forces and patterns, which will introduce the client back into the compact aspect of netball. Okay, so now to add some weight onto this, we're going to be focusing more on your power. So again, we'll be starting in the split squat position, but instead we'll be doing alternate split jumps. So you'll start like this, come down, jump up, switch, and then you'll do the weights by the side, making sure you control the movement on the way down. Raise your arms too much and make sure your feet when you jump together, they're not too close together or too far apart. Just keep your arm. Alright. So I'll just get you to do 8 reps of those. So that looks good. Just making sure when you land, your feet aren't too close together. So making sure they're nicely apart. And when you come down, try not to bring your foot too close. So it's not too far apart. And then just really landing and then really driving through your hips to bring yourself up and really push through. So after doing the split squat jump, how did you find that?
Yeah, it didn't hurt at all landing, but it was a bit difficult, you know, the movement and balance and everything.
Yeah, okay. What we'll do is we can first start off with the body weight, and we could probably do 2 sets of 8 working on technique and really focusing on driving through your hips, really pushing up because we want to start working on your power.
Okay.
Once you feel comfortable with that movement, we'll then add the weights in and go from there.
Awesome.